Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. So a couple weeks ago when I was in Vegas, I bought these they have a candy shop in the Vegas airport, which is really cool to see, and they have candies from like the 50s, the 60s, and you know, I'm a 90s baby, so I grew up with all of this kind of candy, and I feel like a lot of us have too. But I put like a fireball in my mouth. I could handle so much heat, but this, oh my lord. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about something that is a little bit uncomfortable for me to talk about. I can't talk with that in my mouth. Anyways, so it's a good taste. It's a cinnamon heart taste. I love cinnamon hearts. Anyways, worrying is one thing I wanted to talk about, especially if you're constantly worrying about the worst case scenario, and that's how I am. I grew up worrying about my parents being away for too long, and if they didn't answer, what if something happened, and not something good, like something bad, and like it portrayed onto my partner right now, and I think it caused some issues in our relationship. And everyone has problems in their relationships, right? But this is something that could affect me down the road towards future friendships, relationships, whatever it is. Maybe my kids. I don't want to be overbearing towards my kids because of my worrying. I don't have kids, sorry. I should disclose that, but like for my future kids. So that's something I'm working on heavily right now. So, you know, telling myself it's gonna be okay. There's there's nothing you can do if they're gone for a couple weeks. If something happens, it's out of your control. And that's where it comes down to control. We gotta figure out things that we can control, and then how we're gonna react, or having a certain attitude towards the things that we cannot control. So like, for example, being rejected on a date, you can't control that person. So, or having a six-pack, well, six-pack you can control, it's a little tougher, but having that person rejecting you on the date, well, move on to the next, thank you next kind of thing, because obviously they're not interested, and you can't force someone to be interested. I don't know how I got here. Anyways, that's basically what I'm going to be talking about. Oh yeah, having an attitude towards what we can control and what we can't control are big. Anyways, I am going to get into our craft, so I kind of changed things up a bit. This is going into another camp craft. We are holding off on the mini series right now because I wanted to go through some camping crafts, some fun camping crafts for us all, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, we're back in action, sort of. I gotta go get my paintings. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back again. But we want to get our supplies. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm so excited to be doing this. So, what I have chosen to do today was we're going to paint some rocks. So we have our supplies, we have our rocks, and I collect rocks. So I go to my camp road, I'll go to another camp. So sometimes we'll go in Zach. We'll go camping at a campsite at a provincial park, and I'll collect rocks there. I have my paint water. Remember to never drink the paint water. And what I'm gonna do, this one will be fun, is I'm gonna actually look up some things to draw on rocks. What we draw. I also got some googly eyes for later to add, but right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use white to kind of brighten it up and use it as a background. So let's start with that. I need to go buy some like paint plates to put paint on these. Rock's in the way, oh no. I'm gonna use this little rock first. So I have some fun. Okay, so while we wait for this one to dry, it's just taking its time. We're gonna move over to the other rock. And since it's summer, what I'm gonna do is like a cute little ocean is what I'm thinking and leaning towards, because, you know, we're almost done, sadly. Or I could do a wild bear with the acrylic paint of brown, but because the rock's so dark, I don't want to do it that way, which is why I'm okay, so now we have, these are not drying, so I'm going to keep going with the blue, but I'm going to add in some dark blue, which I'm super, so this is kind of going to look a little earthy, a little bit more on the sky side of things, and then we'll add some white. And then lastly, we'll finish off with our white piece. So let me just get a new brush. And it's always good to brush or clean these brushes too, right? Also, if you find that the paint is drying up,
it's like snow on top of a mountain. And then I'll have to go buy some green paint as well. Look how cool that looks. Look how neat.
okay, so I added that third rock. I'm gonna let that dry. And then we're gonna wait for this white one to dry to add a little smile on it or something fun, and that will be the rest of rock painting. Again, you can do what you want. I'm gonna make it a little mini series until the end of summer or the beginning of winter, because you can always find fun rocks to use to paint whatever you want. And yeah, I'm gonna go and wait for this to dry. So it's gonna get as dry as it can. But last thing I wanted to do, one last thing, using this yellow, and just a reminder from last video when I talked about smiling, just a reminder to myself, to everyone, is just to keep on smiling. Of course, you work your way through your emotions, but keep smiling through them no matter what. So we'll just draw it out or write it out. Yep, you can see it. The clouds, the sky, and then the mountains. And this can be calming. You can always listen to some calming music. But I'm gonna go let these dry up, and I will show you the finished product on my next video. And thanks for doing arts and crafts with me, guys. I hope you guys are doing them with me while you're at home watching. And have an awesome day. Have an awesome evening. Keep on smiling. Keep on being you. Bye-bye.